Hi everyone, it's Jen from Mind's Eye, and we're going to be doing the live reading today. So with that being said, this is what we're going to do. We're going to go straight to it. Had a little bit of a week off. Some issues uploading a little bit, especially on the 2Patriot, but it got rectified. A little bit off timing. It is what it is. Hope everyone had a good Christmas, had a good Yule, however you identify, how you celebrate. Happy Hanukkah. And we're going into the new year. So basically, with that being said, all you need to know is that what I'm saying as a psychic, as a medium, is that all is a go. All is a go to a low of a bow of, I hate to say it in this way, of a hoe. Basically, prostitution rings all over the place. Everyone sold themselves well in a way unknown. You just can't even get it out straight. So, I mean, the omen did come in well with the crow, but really it was a black egg that came in unbeknownst. It's probably on a fun run or on the black market or something like that, and it was a fetish or something at some point, but you just can't even get it done, and you can't even get it go. So when I see the zebra in reverse, it really was a zigzag zoe that came through of a bow of hoe. But basically, you need to know is that it truly sold itself in a way unknown. It's worse. Look at this. What does this remind you of? This tiger down in Florida. I can't even make it sound. The universe is trolling. But basically, all you need to know is that the elephant in the room is gone. It's just gone. Straight out, just gone. So when I see the gazelle, it was a Lansing pre-bra, as it said, and the sea serpent came in and said it was done. It was done. It was just absolutely done. That's how it always goes. They're just done. They come in. They can't do it anymore. But truly, it was something on the table that was just like a fanatic fetish that couldn't. But the deer did not come through. And like I had said, they did shoot the buck. It came in from the right, but the doe never came through, which is a good sign in Appalachia. It really is. But the crow, it really is coming through so hard you can't even do it anymore. So we say, where is the messenger? It was upside down on a fly. The panther coming in, you can't even do it hard enough whatsoever. Everyone's sick. Yep. Oyster. Now let's talk about that, because when I actually see United Healthcare and I actually do see the gentleman who passed away, I do see the oyster, I do see the pearl, I do see a child, I do see the assailant, I do see the gunman, I do see the monopoly and everything in a drain of swamp. But I also see how nasty it got on a standstill and why he's claiming being innocent. So let's talk about that. Actually, in history, the oyster and the pearl is significant to the SS. It's significant to the Third Reich. It's significant to everything. Is it a shutdown? No. I mean, we have the affiliates everywhere. It's policy, procedure, and protocol. So when you have this, and you have to excuse me, I am a little bit congested. The black egg really was the monopoly money. It really was on the table. You can't even make it up. And when you see the bee in reverse, you couldn't sting, you couldn't pollinate, you couldn't divinate, you couldn't do anything of that type of getting it gone. But when I see dolphin play, though, I do hear the sound and the transference and the frequency and everything about it, where you couldn't even see it. So when I see dolphin and I see dolphin play, especially with a Pleiadian oracle, it means like sound and transparency and frequency and going about. And I'm seeing the wind like a weather pattern. I do see a pentacle. I do see it's more copper. more copper, like a catalytic converter. Excuse me. The wolf in reverse is no hunting, but it's a containment issue. So when I hear containment issue, and I actually was studying as a nurse, I'm seeing, as we're seeing with Teamsters, I'm seeing T and rebar, containment issues. I'm seeing a lot of issues. But as a psychic, where's the evident proof, and how do you get that evident proof? So when you see this, the elk, it is no stag. It is a remnant reel, but you can't do it. So when I see the lamb, I actually say Easter was beknownst to Esther. So let's actually get into Esther from the Bible. So when we go through it and you can't see it and you can't see it, it's absolutely disgusting. But basically, when I see Esther from the Bible and everything goes, here we are, the beaver in reverse. There's no block up. There's no dam up. There's no go up. There's no level up of a rank up. But I do see the swan in reverse. And when I see the swan in reverse, you can't even see it hard enough. At all. At all. So when I actually try to study this, I see an obscurity with the swan in reverse, and you can't even do it. You just can't even do it. That's what I hear everyone watching this. I just can't even do this anymore. So the turtle actually comes in, and when I'm seeing Native American, Indigenous, when they see the turtle, there's just I'm just gonna go and put my regalia on and literally go do what I have to do because I'm not settled on it. There's something about this, especially what is significant on New York. I can't even do it. Unicorn goes, it is a sting of a stag, of a bing of a bow, of a low, of a hoe. So when Santa Claus came in, that is how criminals think. So when I see this as a hummingbird, and if me being retired visiting nurse, and I'm going about my daily business, and I'm going in, and I'm seeing this, and you go, you just have to go in. But policy and procedures say they have this paraphernalia out, and then they have this going in the bat. So where is this messenger? These like untold words, secrets, or communication, because nobody's hearing the message. But the bat is saying it's a hang loose. The earthworm. This is one that I had pulled out in another reading that really bothered me when I saw it. This is something that is a repeat of history, especially during World War. But I'm seeing more World War I trenches. So when I see the stingray in reverse, I see the chakras are off. When I see the dragon, it is a looking of a layer of a known, definitely in the Middle East. Because when I see the peacock, I say, how did that get over there? How did that get over there? So let's look at this card that drops. All right. No sting. That was November. No sting. No stings in November. So when we go that, it is a type of retreat that is not to be known. But the fire ants in reverse, the tarantula goes through, and you can't see it go through whatsoever. But it is a crawling about on a low, on an undercut of an undermining. The spider in reverse says you can't do it alone, and you can't be it alone. But when you actually look at the cobwebs, you have to say, when's the last time I did that? I swear. The shark in reverse, blocked. Absolutely blocked. Cheetah. I definitely see Africa. I definitely see Antarctica. Why would I see a cheetah in Antarctica? Otter. It's known. Known. It's a known. All right. So let's dig what else this energy wants. What else do you want to sit on with these cards? Camel. Camel in reverse literally means it is what they used to call banon. And banon means, literally, it's such a derogatory term. I really shouldn't even be saying it. But in reality, it really is a hurtful word when you actually look at it. It's banon. It's just someone who is just homely. It's someone who is not to be known, is someone who is not to be heard or seen, there to sit there and work. The Phoenix, this is something of a suppression, of an ashing. The Owl in reverse says you can't do it alone. You can't do it alone. There's no hangman in reverse to a noose. But when I see the Whale, it reminds me of a picture of Normandy where multiple whales were deceased. And that's where a lot of things popped off. The Moth in reverse, when you see it, there's no fly by night, but it's a fly by day. But why do I hear the DEI? The Firefly goes, you can't even see it enough. You can't even see, like, there's like not enough continuing education. This has to be about DEI. DEI. What is the big deal about DEI? Where multiple news anchors had said in their segments it was basically dead on arrival as soon as DEI had rolled out. Lizard in reverse. You can't retract back. The Hyena literally says it is grossly etesked. So in medical, etesked literally means there's something wrong with like rash, infection, in areas that are private. The Eagle in reverse goes, why would that be in DEI? Because that's part of transparency. That's part of looking into everything, that we must know everything. So when I see the Eagle in reverse, it is a halt stop to everything. Because the way the training came out, it's supposed to be by like diversity. It's supposed to be about everything, where you understood an inmate, you understood a criminal, you understood people's problems, to mental, emotional, physical. So I could see where they could be going through a part of HIPAA violation to a Privacy Act. But then you got the Freedom of Information Act. That is where it's dead on arrival. So the Nightingale actually looks at this and says the messenger was heard. It was at night. It was go about and don't do it alone. Don't do it alone. Because the crocodile says there was no hunting. There was no gathering in. There was no anything about it, because the octopus, which was talked about in the media, it was talked about in politics, that it was a grabber attention. They can't even see it anymore. Now with a rabbit, you can't even see DEI whatsoever. You can't hear it. You can't frequency. There's like something about this that you can't even believe it. And like I hear a form of ear infection, but there's something of a humming. Why would that be like that? Vulture in reverse. I don't know. That's what I hear one person saying. There's something about that. The horse, that keeps coming up. You can't even believe it. Why this horse comes up. So when I look at the country completely and I look at the horse and I say, just go about. And then when I see the horse, And then I see how everything went. I don't know why I went right to onto Lake and Riley, but Lake and Riley literally is like what we were saying in Salem witch trials. There was something about that trial that was highly disturbing. The fish in reverse, it's like salmon not even going upriver. You're going with the flow. And when I see the snake, I see it's all coiled up. So when I see the starfish, I actually have to say, how far did it go on a teaching? Because a star review of Star Royalty actually says the raccoon goes through. And when the raccoon goes through, you can't even see it go through whatsoever. So when I see Trash Panda, I'm actually saying, no, more of an eyes wide shut. I've been repeating myself on that one. Like, no, it's eyes wide shut. You can't even see it coming. And it's right in front of you. The buffalo in reverse says, that stampede wants to come, but it can't be a dawn. All forms of the meaning. The golden egg says it's like glowing. It's almost reminding me of the Rosetta Stone. The mouse in reverse says, go get her now, go get her now, go get her now. You can't even believe what the mouse in reverse means. You can't, goodness gracious. So basically when I see this mouse in reverse and someone's saying, go get her now, go get her now, it means that containment was so nasty. And I do hear infection, but I do see something of an about order, like in a September of a 19, unknown year, not to be known, but spelled Noan. That means a curse out. I do see a lake, but I see more Florida. I do see the bayou. I do see the lowly, the LOL. I do see everything that it needs to be. I do see everything about it because you couldn't even see it coming. This hawk came in and was literally like, this is something not clear to me. Something not clear. It's just like when you actually see the hawk in nature fly through, it actually follows through. And when you see the flight pattern of that, and as it circles through, it comes down and circles and lands and grabs the mouse. It is the last act of defiance, per se. Lion is mastery and skill. The frog goes, you can't even be it in. It is grotesque. Down to somewhere where you couldn't even see it. The dragonfly is like a messenger from an afterlife, like an old life friend. You couldn't stand or sing up whatsoever. But the fox in reverse, because when I look at the field and I see the fox in reverse, as the fox in my field was hunting rabbits, mice, anything like that, it's playful, it's child's play. So when I actually see Appalachia and even Native American, and they see the bear come through, and they literally shake their head no and say, no, just keep going. Just keep going. You can't even go through it. Can't explain how that really came through and how that related just to, the prostitution rings that are coming in and then being announced in a way unknown. But also, too, having this issue with United Healthcare, and that comes through as far as the oyster and the pearl. All right, let's go straight to the polka cards. All right. Four of spades, that contentment order will come through on a base of pay, on a paycheck, but really a gift card. And the gift card will come in and it will be known that you are the one. The three of diamonds is a cutout from something that is supposed to be known, that is supposed to be inherited. But really, it's the three of spades. It's someone in between that comes in and says, no, I'm the one in control. And it really isn't control. It's someone who understands everything. Eight of spades. You can see I was trying to see like orbs coming through. But basically, the eight of spades is like a spare, like it's someone who is Native American and they have their spare and they're going to go for it. But the eight of hearts goes, no, there's love, L-U-V. You got to do L-U-V first. Because the two of clubs is going to come in and say, no, you can't even do love yet. You can't do it in. Because nine of clubs is going to go, I'm highly contented and I have 9 to 14 people with me and I have everything that I need. But the four of hearts goes, leave them in the house. Leave them in the house right now. Where are we saying that? So let's look at the cards. It really is a kick up of a tick up again of illegal immigrants coming and just coming right through and saying, I'm getting what is owed to me. Get out of the house. Why does that scare everyone? Where is this coming from? So the king of diamonds is saying it is a known person that already knows these issues and these orders. But the nine of diamonds says don't say anything about it right now. 10 of diamonds is literally going to say it is a cutout value, but it is a known. A-N-O-N. A-N-O-A-N. Interference. Where it goes A-N-O-A-N to K-N-O-W-N. Definitely energy interference. So basically when that happens, when you have the five of spades, you can't even get it out hard enough or fast enough. It is a car. It's a black car that comes through about these illegal immigrants. The queen of diamonds goes, you can't say it hard enough. It sits well at the table quietly and then gets up and says, I already know. The seven of diamonds says, no. When you go and it gets right in your face, like, no, sit down and listen completely. Everyone's saying that. No, you got to sit and keep your mouth shut. Ace of clubs, it is a fly-by-night gamble. It is eight of diamonds, a fly-by-night gamble to, I hear like a tic-tac-toe. I hear like Mile High Club. I hear Lucky Strike. I hear a type of gamble. It's still like Gamble and Proctor. It's an appliance. It's a blender. It's a hand blender. It's a go about. It's a no, it's a so, it's a do, it's a low, it's a leer. So basically, the Eight of Diamonds is going to show you actually what to put on the table, even if it's buttons and paper clips and putting everything. And everyone's doing this, and you can't even see it. They can't even get out. They can't even get out. The Eight of Clubs comes in, and it's a knock on the door, but you can't go anywhere because you're doing your paperwork and you're listening. The Jack of Diamonds says, go for it. Go for it, run for it, and just do it. Spell it. Everything is spelled. Spelling counts in a court of law. So when you see the Three of Clubs, it is a game, it is a gamble, it is everything that should be known, it's everything that should be to be a B. A-B-E-A, A-B-E-E, A-B-E. Let's go to Abraham Lincoln because we were talking about that because the deck doesn't want to finish this. But the energy of this is the Jack of Clubs, and it's out west in the Middle East. All right. We see this, but I see this. I don't know why. I see a lot of people going all of a sudden. And in April. Okay. Ace of Cups. It's like you already knew it. You woke up and you're like, I had this dream that I had this. And the Ace of Swords goes, it is absolute crying. It's absolute healing, but it's also hostage-like. It's also a free form, a TV show, a 25 Days of Christmas. It's a golden retriever. It's a dog. A dig, dug, dig. All right. Split of the deck, Nine of Pentacles. I can't even get it straight. Nine of Pentacles. You can't even get it straight. They literally sit here like this. Look at this. Look at what I got. Look what I got. Queen of Wands says they sit well. They sit tranquil. They sit all forms of meaning tranquil. All right. 10 of Cups goes, you can't even see it coming. In reverse. It's going to make everyone really unhappy about that. The Ace of Pentacles is a money takeaway. The Five of Swords is something of, it's known, and I'm seeing out in the Gulf. Oil rig. 2 to 3 gentlemen. Queen of Wands says you can't see it. You can't see it whatsoever. S-E. 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 And they do that. And they drop it. That's all you need to know. So let's get back to Esther. Let's get back to Esther. Because I can't even see it right. Whatsoever. Whatsoever. Now, with that being said, you couldn't even do a do. What do we need to know about Esther? It was a type of addiction. I can't even get it right in the camera. It was a type of addiction about Esther with the 7 of Cups that you couldn't go wrong. Absolute addiction, absolute inhibitions, absolute array, absolute containment issue Esther was until she calmed down when she was with her partner. So when I see the Page of Wands and I see it, and the Page of Wands literally says in reverse that you can't get it done and you can't do it done. It means it's a put out. It really is like a nastiness. So when I see the Knight of Swords, you can't even do a do. You can't even say goodbye. So when I look at France, I actually see Omaha Beach, and then I go over to Hoover Building, and then I see the powers that be. When I see the powers that be, I actually go down to Texas, and I see another lake. Why is this related to Esther? It's known. It's a layout. What with Esther? It's cranberries. It's like a holly berry that was eaten. It's very common in the Middle East. It's very common in other wares that literally make people go. All right. So with that being said, the 2 of Cups is an offering. It's a partnership. It's something of a stick. It's something of a green leaf bay, of a tea of a bay. It is a form of ill justice that comes in that obscures the obscenities to be it out. So when I actually look at this, at the 2 of Pentacles in reverse, I see someone going, can't do it. And they're like, everyone's, no. They already know. They already know. Why is the big upset about the dye? About the food changes? Knock on the door. So when we do this and you say, live at play, but there's still something about Esther. So let's look at another deck because I don't feel her energy really likes this deck. So she's already leading me to 2 decks. What she likes. First one is this one. What do we need to know of the current events, Esther? That's going to live at lay. Okay, so there's something about universal knowledge that's already known, and it's something about star royalty that comes in that can't be known at all. Can't be known at all. It is an opening of a door because I see the portals, and again, it's universal knowledge that is something of a pertinence to an individual. So when I actually look at her, she wasn't known. She did have visual disturbances, she shows. She did have something with her nose. She had sinus issues. She's showing me her sinus cavity. She's showing me her jaw. She's showing me how the jaw was on the mandible. And I also see a cut line down here like this that goes up like a fish hook. And I also see a line down the middle. And it's actually used to be drawn in black. And when I see the shape of her head, it was known. It is the shape of the head that is noted with her. That is highly, highly Egyptian. Cosmic unity. She was someone noted to be highly connected to the universe on a ground level. Remembrance. She would remember things highly. There's a lot of forgiveness that surrounded her, not to be known the meaning. Like gave off like a frequency, and hers like a. Yep, she's just showing me. She made me do this. And they do that, like, goodbye. They would like remember people and just go, goodbye. Telepathy. Knock on the door. They would know highly what to do. Quantum heart. Said it really was the Nile River. Expansion, compassion. Her city, beautiful, beauty tide. And then she saw red tide. Dream time. The dreams would come through so hard and slam. Sound codex. Show me the temples. She's showing me one of the Gizas. She's showing me the constellation. It is part of the Big Dipper. Because when I see Merope, it is a go for it, get her now, do it done, a DUN, and be a bun, a nun, and a ton. And that's when we get into Goliath. What is the Goliath of America? What is the Goliath of the globe right now? There's something about transmission. All forms of the meeting. What did she say about transmission? Because we're seeing catalytic converter and we're seeing transmission. All right, in crescent moon, highly connected to the stars. Uriel and the Sphinx, not prophesied. Something happens that surrounded her that was not prophesied. Past unknown. That's how she would act all the time. Everyone's like, what? What'd she do like that? That is how they literally would act. They would just sit there and just smile like a poker face. But they just had like 5 conversations. So past unknown. It was in a temple. It was in a house of living. It was down the aisle, down the corridor, down the door, down the reek of the wreath of the havoc of the be it known. I will be it known to be it known. To literally make it known. Winged messengers, you can't even see it coming. So as she saw it, it was a type of coming upon that they talk about the angels on how they are really different looking, creature-like. There was no caught in the ruins. Like it was known that she went down this hallway into this door. It would be nastiness. When I see reflection with Esther leading into Goliath of the current date and time, it literally is a celebrity appearance to get it known. NOWN. Initiation and the Count of Saint Germain. It was something of a ritual that even Cleopatra had a hard time with a moon cycle, with a type of going in to a temple, and went haywire. All right. Let's see this. Let's look at the runes. With Esther, with Goliath, with Cleopatra, they're all making an appearance tonight. It was a defensive guard at all times. It was a type of torching right upon arrival. It was a warrior stance that would put a freeze, they knew how to use energy so hard, you actually got slammed in the face. It was a flip of fate. So let's talk about what fate and destiny really are. Destiny is what is written. Fate is what it's meant to be. Because it's meant to be of a B, of a C, of a D, of a Lee. So basically, what it means is that all the letters are pronounced to be it done, a D-U-N, but really it ended up being a D-U-N-E upon arrival. It was so bad that you couldn't even take it in. So when I actually see faded in the stars, it's not even in the stars. It's past the Milky Way. It is angel of death, of here, of fear, of a near, to be a beer. But I see the bear. And when I see the bear, I'm like, no, it's ash. It was written, ashed. It's falling down. So when you use magic to solidify a set in stone scripture or anything like that, and it goes into the energy of a cast out and it comes back in, it is a set in stone alliance. Let me boil it down to what in mediumship, it's really hard mediumship. They're speaking like another language to me. I'm trying to translate. Basically, what you need to know is that when you do this, you can't even see straight. Asking for layman terms. 5. So if you burn paperwork in the current date and time and it goes into the atmosphere, it's called a set in stone LON. It is a type of term in legal that you can find in the U.S. Constitution. That means it's set aside to come back again at a time unknown. And that's all you need to know. So when they saw this coming through, these figures, they couldn't get anything done because they never knew when it was going to come back to them. It was instinct and intuition. Wealth, ashing of a wealth. How would paper be wealth? Havoc. It would cause havoc. That's the rune Hagal. Wonho is joyful praise, means a war cry, because the God came through unbeknownst of known of known. The U.S. Constitution states that everything that has played out, that the amendments were boiled out, Look at how Independence Hall is. Look at how it was written in the ink, how it was boiled out to make the ink, and the paper, chemistry, physics, to earth science. So when you actually look at this hard as they got, and I go sword and stone, it is benos punched on. It literally means that you can't cut it out. Like King Arthur we were talking about is like pucks in the sword. It's a brand new everything. And then someone comes in and says, how was this? It's all ruined. How did it get there? Then all of a sudden you're out on a search. And then it's done. So basically, when I see Fehu and I see Ashing, but I see ulcer and I see wealth, I see the pear tree, the partridge, and the pear tree. Leading back to it, a gift was given that I can see as the psychic to United Healthcare CEO, to Monopoly Play, to the incidents of Daniel Penny, to the woman who just died in the fire, down to a Texas lake, down to the hurricane, then over to the West Coast, and I hear dolphins play. This is creepy. What is this hidden game? Frequency and transference. Iron rot. Spelt wrong. D-O-N-E. So when I say that, that literally means it flipped again. On a be it all, to know it all, to sow it all, to buy. It is a trolling like Appalachia of a keep it going, of a wind up and throwing it in. Picture taken. Because Nadis is the warrior that stands solid at night. And I hear done, flipped up, coin toss, punt, games, K, letter K. Strength goes, you can't even believe how strong it goes to be so hard to have it laid out on the floor. Always realize that people can hear the tone of voice on how it's said. It's called inference meaning. So when you do child's play to almost a cat in the cradle and a silver spoon, you have to say, what was the song set to? Living. So when I see living and I see someone solid and they're intuitive and instinctive, they're alive. They're absolutely alive. Berkana, birch, birth. There was a birth of something that wanted, but it couldn't be done. A last name. Rido means it was a ride through and a flow through. When you hear ride as a pagan Viking, you can't even see it hard enough. You literally like just get your uniform on and go take a ride and see them. If you heard it, you felt it, you saw it. This is truly a was or manas. It's a game still. It's a wheel of luck. Trying to remote view that wheel of luck. I see it so solid. You can't even do it. Silver coin, 1917. Ethel Perth. Hello there. So when I see Uranus and I see power, when we're actually looking at what was been going on with United Healthcare CEO, with the fire, and then Daniel Penny, and then the incidents down in Texas, and how this is almost a child's play to everything at all. Go ahead and ask. Go ahead and ask. I can see you. Basically, all you need to know is that you just can't even do it. So when I see this lagoon lake, it is flow, it is writing, it's energy flow through, it is a trolling, it is a type of magic that like throws into them. And then you have Teamsters, and then you have tea, and then you have rebar, and then you have all these things. It's really not that hard to figure out. As someone who is instinctive and intuitive could figure this out of what's going on. Like certain things need water, and I see the water wheel, like a water mill of a sawmill, and I see the shavings that you can't even do. So when you actually harvest it, you can't even see it coming. It's a collection through. But basically, it is a type of heritage. It is a state. It's like it's a culture out there that people are not used to, that they do these things. And you say this is illegal, and it's not illegal whatsoever. It's the unspoken law. It's all right. Let's look at this. She really puts it on the table. Yes, this is for a space cowboy. She really puts it on the table, and she looks at you, and she's testing you whether you're going to go for it. And at first, it's an energy of a no, and then it goes, yes, I'll do it. It's like a go back and forth. You both are well. You both are well with Leo and Scorpio, but you can't even do it at all. Like a due date. You can't set a date. You're already married. In her mind, you're already married. But I hear you want to do this, and you want to actually have the paper, and you actually want to show like this has happened. That's all you need to know. Go for it. It's a solidifying act. You have to actually be point blank with her. She's busy with work. She's like very like busy. She keeps doing this. Accounting, she does well. She really does well. Let me see here. I see a July. I see your birth month of a 2-9. It takes a while, but you'll do it well. I see a house with a well, an old well. And I see a Sue well, someone named Sue's well, and you can't even do it. You just can't even. That's just like the relationship. You just go about it like, we just can't even do this. You'll be fine. You'll be absolutely fine. I don't see her leaving whatsoever. Go ahead. Ask another question. She's laughing. She's so solid on you. She's just laughing. She already knows you. She's known you for like years. Absolutely years. She already knows what you're going to do. She feels absolutely fine. Let's look. They're going to be absolutely fine. She's loving on you and playing on you in a way unknown, but it's known. She's testing you in her own way, whether she wants to stay or not. She wants she wants you, but there's something of an insecurity. I don't, it's something about job security that's not job security. It's odd. Only you know it. And that's how you need to know. Only you know it. And that's all you need to know. Everything will be fine. A July of a 2-9. Alrighty. With that being said, like I had said, there was going to be marriages in the next year. It would be fine. Everyone is a thing. You don't know who's who, and all of a sudden, I don't know why everyone says you're not to know who I'm with. So when everyone is a thing, when all of this is going through, you're not bothering me. I saw your comments. It goes through so hard that you can't even do it and hard. It literally is a pause that's not a pause. There's a lot of looking around. All right. Let's see what else wants to come out. There's a lot of anxiety that goes around. There's something about in April, but in November, a ton of March, a TUN. So when I see this actually go through for the collective, there's no containment issue, but there's no party. There's no party. There's a lot of no parties in the next year. There's no logic in it. There's something of a nasty, of a cut being. There's alleviation of poverty, though. There's no steal or takeaway, but it's like a Gantt array. A Gantt array is something like you see in NASA and nebula, like black hole effect. That's what makes everything sit really well. Really, really well, and puts it at rest. You just can't even make it up whatsoever. It will cause a pause because we see celebrity, we see a landslide, we saw the panhandle. I kept hearing Rue. It is an offering, it is a deal, but you can't even see it whatsoever. It is foreseen. It is a good, I see a good 4th of July. Eyes wide shut. But really, it's underground. You're not to know. It's at a crossroads. Page of Wands goes, the cutout was fiery, but you couldn't get it known. And I see actual, so point blank disturbance of zodiac signs. And then all of a sudden people are like, I didn't say that right. I didn't understand why I said that wrong. of zodiac signs. The Queen of Wands literally means there's something not sitting correctly. It is highly like alleviation of a disappointment. But when I see the Knight of Wands comes in, it is quite quick, quite hasty. It is something of not a liberation, but something that people just can't get enough of when I see the Devil in reverse. And then I see no victory spelt different. So when I look at this, it wasn't planted, it wasn't sown. SOWN, which is a farmer's term, it literally means corn can't even be planted. An old Appalachian saying, when corn can't be planted, there's too much rock and stone to be it known. But corn can be planted in any conditions, especially a stalk. So where is the justice actually coming through? That's where the huge change comes in. It is the Tower moment. That Tower moment is actually like a beautiful beginning for the collective. It is a July. It is something, this one's really hard to get out. The fire signs come in to where you can't even do an Aquarius season. You can't even, it's unfulfilled wishes somewhere. Where is this chiseling at the current events? Because we keep saying okay, AK, 93, 48, 64, 38, LEBE, NEBEA. It's a game. Sean Combs is not done yet. At all. They are not done with Jay-Z. Keep going. I would have to say we are going to stop right here with this High Priestess card. There is still more looking around. There was such a young emotional offer to get out that we had to get out. That's all I heard. So with that being said, any questions or concerns, go ahead and leave a comment, a like, a share, leave an email, and we will talk to you soon, and have a good night.